Hi, I'm Colin Shantz, CEO of Copper Tree Solutions, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 warning signs that your MSP is lying to you. So today we're talking about the top 5 warning signs that your MSP is lying to you. The first one I wanted to look at is all they ever do is respond to support requests. One of the promises that an MSP makes to their clients, and most MSPs anyway, is that they are going to proactively look after your infrastructure. They're going to be doing maintenance. They're going to be improving things in the background, monitoring things, looking out for ways to improve your infrastructure. The reality is a lot of organizations end up primarily responding to support requests. So if the only time you ever hear from your MSP is when you have a problem, they only ever respond to issues and solve support tickets, they're probably not really a proactive MSP. They're probably more of a reactive and break fix type company. The end result for you means that there's more risk in your infrastructure, and you're going to have more problems than you really should have. A truly proactive MSP will be constantly looking for ways to improve the infrastructure. They'll be talking to you about ways that you can better utilize technology and ways that you can minimize risk within your infrastructure, as opposed to just responding to those issues after they happen. So you really want to make sure that whoever you're partnered with is truly working in a proactive manner and not just responding to support tickets. Second one I wanted to look at is they never come on site to do maintenance. So if you're working with an MSP or an IT support company that never comes on site to do maintenance, that's probably a sign that they're not really a proactive company, and their primary role and their primary work that they're doing for you is responding to tickets. Again, when you're working with somebody, the ultimate goal for you as a business leader is to get to that place where things just work, where you can sleep at night knowing that your risks are managed and you feel like you have the right technology in place. The only way to get there is to work proactively and to continuously make changes to the infrastructure, constantly improving, looking for ways to maybe upgrade some technology, maybe reconfigure something to have it work better. But an IT infrastructure is kind of like a vehicle. At the end of the day, if you chose not to do maintenance on your vehicles, you know that someday they're going to leave you sitting beside the road. And a computer system is no different. They need regular maintenance, and you have to take care of them in order to have them work properly. Third warning sign to look out for is you're not having regular strategy meetings. So part of truly understanding your needs and understanding your organization, understanding where your technology needs to go, is regularly meeting with you to talk about where the organization is going, what's coming down the pipe, what kind of plans you might have in place, and then looking at the infrastructure and making sure that you still have the right solutions in place. One of the things we do for our clients is we have a quarterly, what we call our VCIO meeting or strategic planning meeting. And it's really focused around the high level business conversation that needs to be had, where we make sure that we understand what's happening in our client's infrastructure, what's happening in our client's business, what kind of challenges you're facing, what things you're working on, and ultimately how we can then support that through technology. If the only time you hear from your MSP is, once a year when they come and tell you need to buy a bunch of stuff, you probably don't have the proper relationship with them, and they're not truly a proactive organization. The fourth warning sign I wanted to look at is they don't give you a KPI report. So part of what you need as a business leader in order to measure success in IT is some KPIs, some key performance indicators that will allow you to look at your IT and say, are we good, or is there some room for improvement? One of the things CopperTree does for our clients is we have what we call our IT health score. And what the IT health score does is it gives you a way to measure the health of your infrastructure, and also a way from an executive level to flag when there's some areas of opportunity or some areas of risk within your infrastructure. So we have best practices that we use to measure our clients' IT infrastructure. And every month we have a technician that goes through your infrastructure and sees how you stack up against those best practices, which results in a health score that says you're 97% aligned or you're 85% aligned. It's really designed to give you a tool to be able to say, where are we? And if you're 99% aligned with best practice, you know that IT is not something you need to be worrying about. And if you're 93% aligned with best practice, there's going to be a few recommendations that you may want to consider from a business perspective that will either, help you be more efficient or reduce risk in your infrastructure. It's really designed as a high-level executive tool to allow you to make better decisions and understand where you are from an IT perspective. So if you're not getting any kind of KPIs or you're not getting that visibility, you probably need to consider whether you're truly working with a proactive MSP or whether you're working with more of a reactive break-fix type company. So the fifth warning sign is you feel like you still have a ton of issues. One of the things that I always ask business leaders when I talk to them about their IT is, what do you really want from technology? And the first thing people always tell me is, I just want it to work. I want to come in every day and do what I do. And I want my team to come in every day and do what they do. And I don't want to have to call anybody or Google anything or email anybody or try and figure stuff out. It should just work. I want to come in and do what I do. So that's one of the kind of off the cuff ways to measure IT success. Is, do things just work, or are we having more than our share of problems? One of the things we measure is the number of issues as a ratio of how many issues you have per person or per endpoint within your infrastructure. And we know that there's a range. If you're within a certain range, you know that your organization is pretty healthy. And if you're outside of that range, then we know that there's some underlying problems. This is one of those things that most people have a pretty good gut feel for. So if you look at your infrastructure or if you look at your overall IT experience and you say, we just have too many issues, we really shouldn't have this many problems, it's probably a sign that your current vendor is not taking a proactive approach. Ultimately, the number of issues is a result of maybe not having the proper technology or maybe not having it configured properly. But it's an indicator of some underlying issues that can be addressed. Thanks for joining me today as we talk about the top 5 warning signs that your MSP is lying to you. To learn more, please visit our website at coppertreesolutions.ca.